Michael Baldwin. I'm his lawyer. Thanks. Come here. Look, Florence, why didn't you call me? I just found out about this hearing. I have to walk in there unprepared.
Yeah, so what? It's already over, man. I'm nailed. So you think you can do any good in there, huh? Dream on.
Yeah, well, maybe if I had some idea of what you've been charged with.
Forget it, Baldwin. I'm a charity case now. You don't give a damn about me. Why should you, huh? I just wish I could get back at those Newmans, man. Get my licks in while I had the chance.
Newmans?
Of course, man. Who else? Who do you think threw me in jail? And who do you think's pulling strings to have my parole revoked? The damn Newmans.
Come in. What are the three of you doing here at this hour? Something happened.
Well, yes, you're right about that.
Megan, don't be ridiculous. It's way too early for you to be moving out.
Too early. Trisha, I've been living here for
No,
weeks.
you know, enough. This conversation's finished.
Okay, that's fine, but I am moving home. First thing tomorrow morning.
Sounds like Megan's made up her mind, honey.
Yeah, I have, Trisha. It really is for the best. Not just for you, but for me, too. Something I really need to figure out and find out what I need for my future, and I just can't do that here.
Neil is not an issue for me, okay?
Drusilla, you're gonna stand there and tell me you don't have feelings for the man. Sorry, but I'm not buying that.
Do I have to remind you that we are divorced?
Do I have to remind you that the two of you had a daughter together?
Where's this going?
Drusilla, how come when you talk about him, I hear you... You know what? It's what I don't hear. I don't hear any anger. I don't hear any bitterness.
Malcolm, you reminded me that we have a child together, remember?
So what? You're just being a trooper and keeping a civil tongue?
That's right.
Please. You don't ever play that game with yourself? Reminisce, think about what might have been?
What was true then is true today, okay? Neil made it very clear that he does not accept the life that I've chosen for myself. Never mind that I might be happy. Never mind that Lily is thriving. That's not good enough for him. You know why? Because I'm not what he wants. The little wifey sitting home. And why the hell are you taking me down memory lane? Huh? Dredging up the past. Old feelings, confusion, stirring the pot. For what?
Because you loved him? Drew, there's no chance for you and Neil. None. No chance for the two of you to reconnect.
I mean it, Olivia. Go home. You're on medical leave until further notice.
Reese, no! I have patients. I have people that need me.
Well, they don't need you sick.
Look, okay. I've got a case I've been working on for weeks. He's an older gentleman, and he needs a coronary bypass. Now, I finally convinced him to get it done, but he's only going to get it done if I'm there. I'm the only one he trusts.
Why do you refuse to acknowledge your own situation?
I'm not.
You're ill. You have needs, too. Now, you've got to start taking better care of yourself.
Okay, with all due respect, I really...
Look, I am your doctor, Olivia. I'm not overstepping here. Now, why can't you understand that I am concerned about your health? Evidently more concerned than you are. Listen, you need to take some time off, and that's an order.
You don't have the authority.
No, you're right, Olivia, I don't. But if I'm forced to, I will go to the hospital administrator with your chart. Let him make the decision.
You know what? Obviously, you think you're doing me a favor, but you're not. I'm just too tired to argue with you. I don't want you to go to the administrator, so I guess I've got no choice.
It's not forever, Olivia.
You know what? Tomorrow, when Mr. Horowitz comes out of his surgery, I want you to be there, Reese. I want you to explain to him why his favorite doctor isn't there, supporting him after his surgery. Will you do that? Will you?
Olivia. Olivia.
You're still here.
I didn't want to leave with anger between us.
I'm really sorry. I shouldn't have done that. I just got so frustrated. You're mad at me, huh?
Why would you say that?
Because I acted like a child. It used to be that every time I thought of Trisha, I would get so just irrational. And I thought I got over that, and I guess some button got pushed somewhere.
It's very human.
Yeah, but it's not very attractive. I'm really sorry. I don't blame you for being angry. How jealous do I want to make Victor?
I have a proposition for you, Nikki.
If I ask, how much will I regret it? Oh, all right, I bite. What is it? What is this proposition?
Let's have an affair. Starting tonight.
So what you're telling me is that it's unmistakably clear from those security tapes that Ross is the one who planted that letter in Walter's jacket?
Crystal clear. The man is definitely our hero.
Where's he now?
Down at the police station, trying to talk his way out of a night in jail.
Sweetheart, you were going to have dinner with that man in his apartment?
Dad, I had no idea that he was capable of doing something like this.
What's the bottom line, Paul?
Well, Victor, all I can tell you right now is that it's all very much up in the air. Ross insists that he was only trying to help put Victoria's stalker behind bars.
And you believe what Ross is saying, or do you think he is the real stalker?
Well, I can't say. I hope he is. Because that would mean we have the right man in jail.
Well, Wharton will be set free now. That's a given.
So if it is not Ross, that creep, whoever he is still out there.
Meg, where's this coming from? Why the sudden desperation to go be on your own?
Trisha.
It's because of all your badgering about the ski trip. Yeah, now she feels like she has to go off and give us our privacy.
Oh, no, wait a minute.
No, you wait a minute.
Stop it, both of you. Haven't you been listening to me? Look, I don't feel forced into anything. Ryan's bringing up the trip and you two going away. It's just made me focus on a few things.
Like what?
Like how I feel and what I'm doing here and what I want in my future. And for that, I'm very grateful. It made me think. Otherwise, I might have just stayed in the fog that I've been in and just floated away, letting you two take care of me.
Well, it sounds like you've thought this through very carefully, Meg.
Yeah, I have, Ryan. And trust me, it's not a snap decision.
Fine, okay, if that's what you want.
It is. Thank you for understanding.
You need more time on your own, more space, and we'll give that to you. No more mother hen routine, you know? I mean, you can come and go as you please, and we'll do the same, and you'll still know that we are here if you need to lean on us.
You just don't want to let me go, do you?
Meg.
No, look, Trisha, don't you get it? My being here is becoming a crutch, and at a certain point you have to put the crutch away or you'll be limping for the rest of your life. Now, I am going home. first thing tomorrow, and I'll just be a phone call away. And I know if I get lonely, I can come back here. It's very comforting knowing that.
I really wish you'd reconsider.
Oh, I can't. I've thought this through very carefully, and it's what I have to do. I'm sure that we can all live with that, can't we?
You can't be serious. Can you?
I'm not that easy. I'm talking about an affair in name only. That's what I'm proposing. Though I have to admit I wouldn't mind the real thing.
Oh, so you are serious. What are you saying? You want us to pretend to be an item?
A few intimate dinners. We tip off the paparazzi. I park my jalopy in front of your place at night.
Oh, I don't know.
Bradley has taken the hard line with you. Victor's being a total jerk. What is going to drive those two any battier than you're having a fling with, of all people, me?
Oh, boy. It would definitely have an impact, that's for sure.
Impact, honey, it would hammer both of them. They'd realize what they stand to lose in a hurry.
Well, I'm very happy with my life, you know. Really content. So why would I go running back to Neil? Open up that door to get sucked back into something that's not going to go anyplace?
I still haven't heard you say it.
What?
That you don't have feelings for Neil. Not even a little pitter-patter in your heart, Drew.
All right already, Malcolm. I do have feelings for Neil. I'm always going to have feelings for Neil. But we have been down that road already. It didn't work out.
Well, Drusilla, now you're back in town. And you have a chance staring you in the face. Now, you've barely even seen this man. Now, unless I'm mistaken, I haven't heard you say that you got a big, beautiful beau in your life. I can tell you right now, Neil has nobody.
You haven't heard a word I've been saying.
Been there and done that. Maybe it's time for you to listen to me.
Oh, like Neil has changed, right.
Maybe he has. Maybe he hasn't. Why don't you give it a shot? You owe it to yourself, you owe it to Lily, don't you think?
Let me ask you something. Why are you pushing this? You trying to get rid of the competition?
Yeah. I should have known when this Roy, or whatever the hell his name was, showed up nosing around the warehouse that he'd be trouble. I seen him before at the Crimson Lights. Yeah, he'd been in my face, helping old rich boy fight his battles for him. I should have smelled a rat.
So you tangled with this Roy character before at the Crimson Lights?
Yeah, when Nick Newman threw me out of his coffee house for the first time. Before I came to see you, had ourselves a little shoving match. Wasn't no big deal.
And so he showed up at the warehouse and you two got into it again?
Yeah, the same day that letter fell out of my coat. You know, the one addressed to Miss Newman. Yeah, what kind of lawyer are you? You think I'm guilty too, don't you? Huh? You think I'm the one writing the crap? To hassle that chick?
My job as your attorney is not to judge you. It is to serve your best interests.
Yeah, well, my only interest right now is getting payback. I want it so bad I can taste it, but you can't deliver that, can you? That's my own damn fault. I got no one to blame but myself. You know, I go letting my guard down, and then this chick just pulls one right over on me.
This chick? You mean Victoria?
Yeah.
What'd she do?
She offered me a little, arrangement.
Money?
Yeah, $500 a week if I stopped sending her letters. Which was fine by me, because I had nothing to do with it in the first place.
In cash, I suppose.
Yeah.
She's a clever girl.
You're telling me.
Well, it's almost time for your hearing. We'll pick this up later.
Baldwin?
Hi, Greg. I was just discussing my client's arraignment with him.
Well, that hearing has been canceled.
What? Why?
Some new information has surfaced.
In other words, if Rossley is not our man, we are where we were a week ago.
Well, no, Dad. Wharton will be even more of a threat than ever.
Why? What will have changed?
I tried to take matters into my own hands. I tried to convince Wharton to leave our family alone.
How'd you do that?
I bought him off.
You bribed the man, is that what you're saying?
The Young and the Restless will continue.
I'm not angry with you.
You're not really.
The talk we were having earlier, it affected me too, so. It pushed the button, as you said.
This thing that happened in your past, you mentioned it earlier. What was it?
Someone needed me, and I turned away, thinking there was nothing more I could do. I failed to recognize a cry for help.
I'm sorry, we don't have to talk about it if you don't want to.
I feel I owe you an explanation, Nina. When I walked away from this friend in need, the results were devastating. So it made me very sensitive to this kind of situation. And, you know, when you spoke of Ryan and your concerns for his wife and that you could maybe still help them, it triggered a reaction in me, you know. But I shouldn't have been so insistent with you because the circumstances are very different.
How long ago was this?
Another lifetime. Nina, it is I who owes you an apology.
No. You've never been nearly this open with me. I'm grateful. You're still in a lot of pain over this, aren't you?
Yes.
If you ever want to talk about it, I'm here.
I know that.
Excuse me? Competition? What are you talking about?
Well, now that Callie's gone, you thinking about rubbing up against my sister again? Check her out to see if there's still some fire there? From what I can tell, it'd be a lot easier if Neil were looking in different directions.
That's not where I'm coming from, Drew.
Oh, no? Then why are you trying to promote something between Neil and me?
I'm not trying to promote anything. Just wondering if you're giving it some thought. What happens when the modeling runs thin, huh? When you finally decide to settle down again?
I have given it some thought. In a moment of weakness.
Oh, please. Weakness. Get out of here with that.
You know, help me understand something. Why are you pushing this? Did Neil indicate to you that he wanted to try again?
No, but that doesn't mean he's not interested. Drusilla, just listen. My brother and I, we've been through some things over the past year, so I'm not gonna paint it pretty. We don't get along like we used to. But he's my brother, and I know him. And it doesn't mean...
Oh, now look who's making up all the excuses.
They're not excuses, Drusilla. Come on now, I still...
Look, I don't want to talk about it anymore, okay? I appreciate the thought. It's a dead issue. Let it go.
No, Jack, this is crazy. I can't do this.
Oh, come on. Give me one good reason why not.
Look at my track record with men lately. If I'm having that much trouble in real life.
Putting together a worthy imitation would be even harder, huh?
Plus, I don't want to jinx you. Everybody's going to think you're out of circulation.
Yeah, you do have a point there. God, it would have been fun while it lasted.
Still, I'm serious about moving on with my life.
But tell me something. What do you mean when you say getting on with your life?
Well, to tell you the truth, I don't really know. It's just sort of a catchphrase for lots of things. Taking charge, taking control. Oh, God, there's that wild-eyed look again. What are you
Wait a
hatching?
minute. I think this idea might be better than the first.
What?
It has all the positives of Plan A, plus it would drive Victor and Bradley crazy.
You have my attention.
Come work for me at Chabot.
I hope you know, both of you, that I couldn't have gotten through these past few weeks without you.
I'm just glad you didn't have to.
I'll always remember what you've done for me. And now it's time to move on and face a new set of challenges. Anyway, I'm glad we've got that settled. I think I'm just gonna go on and go to bed and pack in the morning.
You know, this really is a good thing. I'm not talking about us. I mean, good for Megan, trying to step out on her own again.
I just worry about her.
I know you do. I know it's going to be a little difficult. You've got used to having her here. It's kind of like a parent knowing when to let go. Megan's going to be okay. We're going to be okay. In fact, we're going to be better than okay. So what do you say we turn in? Hmm? Let's go to bed.
Christine, do you approve of this strategy?
No, Dad, it was all my idea. I made a deal with Wharton. Ongoing payments in the exchange for no more letters, and it was working. The harassment stopped. If Ross hadn't made such a mess of
Victoria,
things...
I'm sorry. It was a bad idea. Your whole plan was based on the assumption that Wharton was the stalker. And if he's not our man, the only thing you accomplished was you made yourself more vulnerable to the real criminal.
As long as we're putting everything on the table. What your daughter did was not only ill-advised, but possibly illegal.
How was it illegal?
Well, if Wharton hires an ambitious attorney, they can make a case that Victoria lured an innocent, ignorant ex-con into a trap, making him a party to blackmail.
Can this allegation be proven?
I paid Wharton in cash. It's his word against mine.
Besides us and Wharton, who else knows what you did?
Nick, Gary...
Does Ross know?
I don't think so. I spoke only in general terms.
Would it be bad if Ross knew?
Well, the man's gotten himself into serious trouble. If he decides to talk about the money that Victoria gave to Wharton and Wharton confirms it, we have a disaster on our hands.
Well, we'll know more in the morning. I'll get a copy of the police report and see if anything else has surfaced.
Oh, one more thing. Did you tell me that Victoria had dismissed her bodyguard?
Yes?
I want you to contact that bodyguard right now and reinstate him. As of now, he's working for me and can only be dismissed by me.
Consider it done.
Thank you.
Paul, Chris, I want to thank you for your efforts. I know that my family and I have made things more difficult. But I am very grateful that you followed through on your instincts, even though it looked like the case had been wrapped up.
If Ross Lee turns out to be the stalker, then you have saved my daughter from a real tragedy.
All right, we'll talk more in the morning.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
I'm just glad I didn't have to tell Victor that Michael Baldwin's a part of Wharton's case. He would have gone through the roof.
I know. We need to keep that contained as long as we can. Let's go.
Dad, I'm exhausted. I'm going to go home if you
I
don't
know
mind.
you're not in the mood for this, but I'm going to have to say something to you. And you're going to listen.
A security tape's been found.
Security tape.
A videotape from the warehouse where Wharton works. It shows that letter in question was planted in your client's jacket.
By whom?
A guy named Lee. Ross Lee.
Ross, that's the guy's name. That dirty bastard. This fits perfectly into the Newman's plan to nail me.
Who the hell is Ross Lee?
He's an employee at the Whitman Tay ad agency.
Why would a guy from an ad agency do this?
I don't know yet.
Hello? The Newmans put him up to it.
After planning the letter, it's pretty clear that Lee provoked your client. He obviously wanted the police involved so that letter would come to light. In my book, that's at least enough to charge him with filing a false police report.
Yeah, what about framing a poor ex-con, huh? Who's trying to go straight? Or is that not considered a crime in this town, huh?
Sit down.
No, come on.
Let's go. Right there.
You bastard, you! You try to mess up my life, punk!
You know what? You're guilty as hell. I'm just gonna see justice served, you freak.
I'll show you.
Oh, you're back.
Yeah, I got in a little while ago. Kids are in the bedroom. Hey, something wrong?
Well, I've just been informed that I'm too fragile to perform my duties at the hospital.
What?
I'm so furious at Reese. He coerced me into taking sick leave, said he was going to go to the hospital administrator if I didn't. Now I've got to stay home until he says it's okay for me to go back to work. All because I've got some stupid little cold.
Well, Liv, he's obviously looking out for your best interest.
Yeah, well, he is overreacting, and I'm ticked off.
Hey, are we talking about the same Dr. Walker that I know? I mean, it sounds to me like he's playing it pretty safe. The guy has a level head on his shoulders. I mean, that is what we're talking about, isn't it? There hasn't been a glitch in the drug therapy that you're taking.
No, there's been no glitch. The drug is suppressing my immune system.
Well, we don't want any evil little bugs getting a hold of you. Honey, come on. It could be dangerous.
Neil, don't you start overreacting too, okay? It's a cold. I have a cold.
Okay, well, I'm not the one that you need to convince. I'm not the doctor. I say if Dr. Walker is concerned, then we should...
Damn it, I can take care of myself. Why are all the men in my life just trying to take over?
All right, you need to take a chill pill here, okay? Because, honey, you just got home, and I am not the enemy. Walker made this happen. Why can't we just keep things pleasant, all right?
Fine. Let's change the subject. Where's Drew? I thought you two were going to be taking the kids for dinner.
Yeah, well, it didn't quite work out that way.
What happened?
I guess the two of us realized that we wouldn't have a very comfortable evening.
Did you two have an argument?
No, but it was still tense. Nothing has changed. Your sister has her worldviews and I have mine. You know, Drusilla's living the life that she wants to live.
Are you sure she's not questioning all of that?
If she is, she's covering it pretty damn well. You know, All she can talk about is how much fun she's having, how happy she is with the way life is. Well, that's fine, I told her, because I moved on too.
Really? You don't sound too convincing.
Well, let me tell you something. Whatever second thoughts might have been stirred up because of Drew's surprise return, they don't matter. Not to her. Drew has made her choice, and she's very happy with it. Trust me on this one, okay?
Trust you on what?
All right.
So much of the time since we met, it seemed like you couldn't or wouldn't look at me. Now it just seems like you're looking through me.
Feels like a very long time since I've actually looked at anyone. Tragedy can make one very introspective, very unsure of oneself.
That's what happened to you, huh?
I've been looking inward for a very long time, Eda. Maybe too long.
I don't think that you should be so unsure of yourself. I mean, looking back, you might think that you should have acted differently, but I'm sure at the time you couldn't have known that it was going to turn into such a tragedy.
Maybe. Still, you know, it makes you very cautious, very careful. Makes you afraid that you're just no good at reading the signs.
I think you're being hard on yourself.
Well, I'm feeling very close to you right now.
Think about it. This is the perfect answer. How long have you been threatening to explore a career?
Yeah, but Chabot? What in the world would I do there?
Give me some time to think about it.
I have never been in business. I know nothing about it.
You have a wonderful sense of design. You have a great flair for fashion. You're beautiful. You were once a fashion model. Don't sell yourself short. Chabot Cosmetics, the Nikki Mystique. There's got to be a tie there somewhere. We just have to find it.
That does sound exciting.
So, you want me to do a little more research?
I don't know. There's a lot of arguments against it.
Like what? I mean, what else? You gonna run for public office? Open a designer bakery? There are more arguments for it than against it.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't just drive Victor and Brad crazy. What about Ashley? I really don't look forward to doing battle with her every day. And what about my kids? Working on Brash and Sassy? What are they going to think of a turncoat mother?
Nikki, we could make it work. And it wouldn't be dull.
Oh, you are really bad.
And you are really interested, I can tell.
Drew, your sister and I were just talking.
I'm just surprised you're back so early.
Oh?
Yeah, I thought you'd make a night of it. Take the kids to the movies after dinner, something.
Well, Lily wasn't up to that.
Aha. So she was a little feverish when she left with you. It wasn't that she was excited or running around with Nate.
Okay, Drew, you're right. You get a point for that.
Did you check her temperature?
Yes, I checked her temperature. It's a little over 100. She's in bed right now. Everything's fine.
For crying out loud, I'll check on her. much over 100?
145. Listen, Liv, is this going to be a problem for you? Because you're not supposed to be around sick people.
No, it's probably going to be okay. I mean, kids run fevers all the time. She's probably got a little cold, same as I do.
Speaking of which, you need to get your rest, okay? I'm going to leave.
Before Drew gets back?
Yeah, tell her that I say goodnight, okay? You take care. I mean that. Bye.
So how's Lily doing? Oh, she's still warm, but she's asleep. She's definitely coming down with something. Thank God we have a doctor in the house, huh? Where's Neil? He had to go. Oh, yeah, well, it was getting late. Well, you know what? I'm tired. I'm gonna go to bed. Yeah. All right. Good night. Night, sis.
Control yourself. You're on your way out of here. You're exonerated. Don't you get that? Unless you want to give them another reason to keep you here.
No way.
All right, then get a grip. Don't blow this. Greg, what do you have?
Hey, so now that we all know what happened, I can leave, right?
No.
What?
You'll have to stay overnight in the lockup.
What's the problem? Why is he free to go?
Well, apparently Mr. Silvestri has already filed for parole revocation. I'll call first thing, get him in front of the parole board. It'll be fine.
Oh, great. So I get to spend another night in this hellhole, huh?
That's the way it is. I don't make the rules. Can't let you go until tomorrow at the earliest.
Sorry. Patience, Lawrence. I'll be back in the morning to make sure you're released as soon as possible. Perhaps I'll have good news for you as well.
Yeah? What kind of news?
In the morning.
Oh, good. Have a nice time at home.
So you gave him money. Oh, Victoria, that could prove to be a mistake. A very big mistake.
Bribing that man and letting your bodyguard go was obviously not the right thing to do. You understand that, don't you?
Yes, I realize I've made mistakes. But I was at the end of my rope, and I just wish you would understand that. This stalker thing has been going on for so long. I just couldn't take it anymore. I just wanted to make it stop.
I understand. You've been going through a nightmare. But from now on, you're not to take matters in your own hand. Do you have your word on that?
Yes.
Come here, my baby.
This is gonna be over soon, Dad. Promise me.
I will protect you, my sweetheart. I will protect you.
A witness sees too much.
Are you sure you saw this man flip over a car?
America's newest secret weapon may be exposed.
That man there is a real-life superhero.
All new Now and Again. Then, when Nash sees his daughter on the World Wide Web, she's hot. It's not a pretty picture.
Cassie, this is Daddy.
A revealing all new Nash Bridges after Now and Again, CBS Friday.